What's up, family? In today's video, we'll be looking at creepy and strange TikToks that will make you question reality.
See that the lemon girl glitch in the matrix that happened?
No, what?
Yo, this is crazy. Listen to this, Lo. This chick was working at a restaurant. There's a camera on her, right?
Yeah.
She takes a lemon. She cuts it in half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Puts that half down, puts that half down. Takes a knife again, cuts this half in half. You see it go through the lemon, out. She walks away, she comes back, the camera hasn't moved. She picks up that lemon and it wasn't cut. And she went like, and she cut it again and put it in a bag. And then she got the video. She's like, I cut it. She's like, how was it together again?
That it would trip me out so much.
And she's like, this is a glitch in the matrix, man. She started doing all these posts on TikTok. Her TikTok got banned.
Why?
Are you serious?
They said it was because of her age, that because she was 16 and wasn't allowed to have a TikTok.
Wait.
And then she's like, what? And so she got on her mom's TikTok and started talking about it again. Her mom's TikTok got banned.
Yo,
What does that mean?
What is that? What does that mean?
What does it mean?
I seen that video. It popped up in earlier videos, right? And I didn't know that her TikTok got banned, right? Because I think it was like right when it happened when I seen it. Something was going on that they don't want us to know about with this glitch. Glitches actually happen. What was that, Joe? Hold on. That wasn't the sun. That wasn't the moon. What was that? There it goes again. Another angle. Look at that. What's that? And then what's that?
In our face. Egypt, y'all. Y'all see that?
Nah, where is this
Y'all
at?
see that? Egypt. Right here.
Was that like a zoo? I wonder if that was like old ruins though, right? And then they converted it into a zoo so that no one would question anything.
Same airport. Here's Morgan Roll.
Tonight, the FAA and NTSB are investigating why two passenger jets were forced to abort landings at DC's Reagan National Airport after an Army helicopter was waved off its
safety and defend our communities for law-abiding American citizens. Look, the crime is most rampant right here and in African-American communities, and more people see me and they say, sir, we want protection. We want police to protect us. We don't want to get robbed and mugged and beat up or killed because we want to walk across the street to buy a loaf of bread. They want it so badly. The fake news doesn't talk about it. But the black population wants law enforcement more than any other population. So,
Yo, man, that's one of those ones where you kind of on the fence. It's like, you kind of want the communities to be a little better. I mean, it's probably white communities that are just as bad, but I'm just saying, it's like martial law, more policing, never been a good thing.
So check it out, planes going past, leaving lines in the sky. Oh, okay. What's that going to do then? So, she's saying that this is geoengineering to reflect the sun. Hold on. Haven't we been saying this, exactly this, and no one would believe us? But when it's happening on TV, on an 80-inch screen, suddenly it's accepted. Yeah, is that how it goes, folks? Just asking, because, for so many years I've said this, and people said it's impossible. It's impossible. They said, don't be stupid. How big this place is. Look at the skies. You're telling me that they can control the weather. Do you know how ridiculous that is? Yeah, well, how ridiculous is it now? Yeah, prophet I was 10, 15 years ago then. So obviously, listen, you need to take in everything I'm telling you, because in 10 years, it's going to come true. Pretty much that's what happens when you're a conspiracy theorist. You become a prophet. Because you can see between the mist so soon that the rest of the world think you're crazy. But when it comes up and you're not crazy, they go, oh yeah, but it's to protect the planet, What about this climate change, mate? And you heard about the climate change. That's what this is all about. It's nothing to do with what you said. And you stick your head in the ground again, mate. This is what we're at. This is where we go. This is the day and age that we live in.
Sure is, man. That's how they be too when you try to break the news to them, and then they're like, what you talking about? But when the news breaks the news to them, then they're like, but It wasn't what you were saying, so we still don't care about what you be saying.
Well, this one time I was on DMT, I was blasted off out of nowhere, and these stick figure, gesture, joker things came flipping and doing all these crazy things, and they were like, do you want to see more? And I was like, sure. Like, telepathically, I didn't say anything. And then all of a sudden this box comes and gets closer and closer, and I'm hearing this ee noise, and all these peanut confetti things come out, and I snap back into reality. And I'm like, wow, do I want to see more? He showed me, this is more.
Y'all get it? This is the more. That's crazy.
Remember that video we made about the UFO sphere covered in strange hieroglyphics? At the time, we said it had been collected and was being tested. Now, this is the first footage of it in someone's possession. In the video, a woman pours water on the metallic orb, and the symbols become more visible, almost like they react to moisture. Witnesses say it's perfectly smooth, cold to the touch, emits a low hum, and it can obviously fly because it came out of the sky. Then we see Mexican UFO researcher Jamie Maussan inspecting it closely. Yes, the same one who brought alien remains to Congress. And now, alleged X-ray images show a dense core that may be an energy source, and egg-like shapes inside, fueling wild theories about what this thing might be storing. The Booga sphere isn't just strange, it might be one of the most mysterious objects ever recovered.
Y vea como donde pasa el agua queda brillantica. Es increíble y está totalmente fría. Ella está totalmente fría. Fría, fría la... No, una belleza.
Esta es la esfera de Buga. Es sólida. Tiene lo que parece ser algún tipo de circuitos. Tiene algún tipo de nomenclatura, de letras, de símbolos. Tiene estas medias lunas muy porosas, que parecen ser una especie de cavernas hacia su interior. Es absolutamente sólida. En el costado tiene lo que parece ser un cinturón. Pues algo que nunca imaginamos de estas esferas. Realmente se trata de un verdadero hallazgo, de un hallazgo extraordinario que tiene que ser investigado. Se trata de un chip cuántico. Esta esfera levita, es evidente que levita. ¿Cómo lo hace? Pues realmente no lo sé. Una investigación que solo se acaba de iniciar. Soy Jaime Maussan y esto es Interestelar. Hasta la próxima. Esta esfera se habría acercado tanto, pero nadie esperaba lo que al final del video ocurrió. Sin duda, se ha considerado que son algunas de las imágenes más nítidas jamás registradas de una esfera, más cercanas, más claras. Y entonces lo imprevisto ocurrió. La esfera desciende, no cae, y entonces el testigo se acerca hasta el lugar. Él ha querido mantener su identidad en el anonimato. No desea que se conozca por razones de seguridad quién es.
Y'all think they really found this out there?
Él se acerca hasta la esfera para hacer algo que nadie esperaba. Tomó a esta esfera con los riesgos que esto implicaba con sus manos. Esto
con cuidado.
nunca había sucedido antes.
Cuidado. ¿Pesa mucho?
Pesa como 2 kilos.
Here it goes. They're going to start popping any second now. Quit. Oh my gosh! Man, it actually worked. Give me a... Let's see if that other one pops.
I wasn't sure if this video...
Yo, get these phones away from me. My head probably gonna pop next.
video was true, but after watching what happened to this 21-year-old, I'm finally convinced.
For years, Tiffany kept her cell phone tucked under her bra. It's not an unusual safekeeping spot. There's even a bra sold online with a special cell phone pocket.
I kept it in my bra so that it's easy to feel on vibrate. It was easy to hear. It was closer to my ears and everything.
That area is exactly where the cancerous tumor showed up in her left breast.
I think there's a total link between her cell phone and her breast cancer.
FBI just raided what? Art gallery place? Well, what's going on with that painting?
This is the cupola. It sticks down below the space station. And a lot of folks, I play this game with myself about where we're flying over the Earth.
Uh-oh. Somebody forgot to speed up the animation. This is the day the Earth stood still, ladies and gentlemen. Compare again the Gemini space footage. Both are supposedly at about 200 miles high and moving at 17,000 plus miles per hour. So somebody's lying here, folks. Either the Gemini footage is fraudulent or the ISS footage is fraudulent. You got to recognize that somebody's lying to you here. Look how fast the Earth is moving in the Gemini. Look how the Earth's not moving on the ISS. And just by way of closing, more proof that they're using a fisheye lens. This is from the same Gemini 4 documentary. Look at that. Concave. Oh, no, it's going flat. Oh, no, convex. Oh, wait a minute. No. The Earth's concave. No, it's going flat. Oh, no, it's convex. Whoop, concave. Whoop, flat. Ooh.
Yo, this is so nostalgic. That's my whole childhood, y'all.
The real reason Lovecraft Country Season 2 was canceled by HBO is because the executives found out about show creator Misha Green's plans for Season 2, which included showing black people controlling their own portion of America and using magic to create their own sovereign nation within a nation. Once executives found out about this, they killed the second season of the show, and they stated that they parted ways with Misha Green due to creative differences.
That show right there should have definitely got a sequel. I get that the book didn't have a sequel, right? I recently just read the book, and there's little differences. But, come on, man. That show was too good to not have a sequel.
Understood the assignment. Did the assigner of the assignment understood who they were assigning the assignment to?
See, now that's scary. My childhood again, y'all. Man, playing the games in the store, different. Going to like Family Video or Best Buy. No, wait, Blockbuster. See, I get the two mixed up. Blockbuster, and you can get whatever games you wanted. At a certain point, they even let you rent the system. Man, good old times. Your time machine breaks in 2005 in New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina, and you see what really happened. Yo, it was bad.
Watching the circus games right now. Really in the making.
Circus games, huh? Well, he's at the circus.
Dumb ass beef shit y'all got going on, man. I appreciate y'all, bro. Y'all brought that punk ass shit to a fucking restaurant, the only black-owned fine dining restaurant that we have. Thank you. Thank you. I give up. Thank you. I appreciate it.
How come we haven't been to the moon in like 50 years? And how come I've seen videos that says we lost the technology to go to the moon?
First off, how do you lose technology? Especially technology to go to the moon. You spend all this time and effort on going to the moon just to lose the technology. NASA don't lose nothing. The government don't lose nothing. You get what I'm saying? But they lost the technology. Or they just had like a little floppy disk somewhere, and this one floppy disk had all the files to go to the moon. And without this, they can't go, and they must have just misplaced it or something. Probably underneath somebody's couch, in between the couch cushions. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make sense.
What is the truth about all that?
We sort of initially lost it after the 1970s.
What does that mean? What does it mean to lose technology?
It's very, very difficult and expensive to build a Saturn V. In those days, in the 60s, I'd say it was right on the edge of our capabilities. It's astonishing that we managed to do it.
Well, they say now that your telephone has more capabilities than what they had in totality to fly to the moon.
Way more. So it was almost too hard. And I remember I got to speak to Charlie Duke, who walked on the moon in Apollo 16, and he said that his dad remembered the Wright brothers' flight. Right, so his dad remembered the Wright brothers and then saw his son walk on the moon. So that's just almost impossible to believe. It was done. The other thing Charlie Duke said is that he said when you've got like 700,000 engineers and unlimited budget, you can do a lot. Right? What they had, right? So that's how they did it. But then, of course, at the time, it was very difficult, very dangerous, and very expensive. And it was one of the great human achievements that we managed to do it. Now, it's a lot less dangerous, a lot cheaper, and we have the technology and the computing power, as you say, to do it rather much more easily. So that's why we're going back now, because it's not, you don't need 700,000 engineers and unlimited budget. You now can do it, you know, SpaceX are pretty close.
Right. Anybody buying that? If you're buying that, come on, man. Could sell you anything.
Yo, this pisses me off, guys. Guess what this is right here? I can't believe that I used to eat this. I had no idea how it was created.
Chips.
I mean, just comes to find out that all these processed foods are literally poison, and that's literally what makes up 90% of grocery stores. And I mean, you wouldn't believe what this is, because like I said, I grew up eating this a lot.
Pringles.
And just has me thinking, what else we were eating that we have no idea how it was created. Yeah. Now, some people may know, you may know, but that's Matt. Well, guys, we're putting this into our bodies, man. The obese rate is sky high.
Pringles, I knew it.
The Göbekli Tepe buried intentionally. Some of the pillars had carvings of humans, animals, and then human and animal hybrids.
Oh, yuck.
A lot of what the Book of Enoch talks about.
Yeah.
This is the connection I made. In the Book of Jubilee talks about Canaan, Noah's grandson, and the son grew, and his father taught him writing, and he went to seek for himself a city. He found a writing which former generations had carved on the rock. It contained retained the teachings of the Watchers in accordance in which they used to observe the omens of the sun, the moon, the stars, and the signs of heaven. The Göbekli Tepe is in Turkey.
Yes.
They discovered what they are pretty darn sure was Noah's Ark was found in Turkey. And so I'm like, did this dude walk this distance, found it out, said, we cannot repeat this process, and they went and buried this thing and said, we do not want anyone to ever see this ever again.
Interesting.
That's
So
my connection. Is that a good connection?
I think, I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's not like you're stretching. I mean, like, these are dots that are out there that they've made no sense of.
Black Panther started out as a food giving movement. Then them fucking Boule niggas came and got guns in niggas' hands. They did so much shit with guns, they changed the law, and now you couldn't walk with guns anymore. So we think, oh shit, they're going after Black Panthers. What if they did that when the Black Panthers when Huey P. Newton and them walked on the floor in Congress with guns? What if that was staged and not an accident? Because through that is when they shut down that law. We think, oh, they got us, we're bad. What if they did that whole production to shut down the law of niggas walking around with open guns? My uncle still think the fucking Black Panthers are his fucking heroes. You better read the update, nigga. This shit is made up. It's called controlled opposition. Controlled opposition. So if they can create the opposition, they know how to control it.
I noticed some symbolism on this bridge in Phoenix. After I point it out, I'm going to point out why it's not a coincidence. Let's start with the base of these pillars.
Oh, them pyramids.
Do they remind you of anything?
Those pyramids.
Considering all the pyramid symbolism around Phoenix, I'm pretty sure this is what they were going for. As for the triangles across the bridge itself, there just so happens to be 17 of them. And then on both ends they have these columns, which remind me of wings. I digress. You have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Those don't serve any purpose other than symbolism. And the reason I say none of this is a coincidence, because this bridge is the Mercereau Bridge. And Charles Mercereau is notably known for his artwork depicting Freemasonry. His most famous piece, Instructing the People. It portrays a figure representing Freemasonry guiding individuals towards enlightenment. And this is it, instructing the people. Notice what's inside the pyramid above the head? Sure does look a lot like Aleister Crowley's 777. And I was able to make out the word silence down here at the bottom. In contrast to everything else, silence ironically speaks volume.
Got a motherfucking blue lake right here.
Yo.
How much would it take for you to drink that water? How much money?
None. I'm good.
Last night, something massive passed in front of the moon and blocked its view for several minutes, confirmed by witnesses across the US, London, and even Ghana. Reddit user VampireSuck13, a Marine in Northern California, describes seeing the moon appear, vanish, reappear, and repeat this strange pattern 7 times before it vanished completely well before its expected set time. The sky was clear, no clouds or fires, yet the moon kept disappearing like something enormous was silently moving across it. He captured the whole thing on video, and now people worldwide are saying they saw the same event. So the question is, what just passed between us and the moon?
Oh, what's in front of it now? It's got, what the is going on? I can't explain. I've never seen anything like this.
Yo, the Saturnalia is out there.
And here go another angle. Where I was at was a little bit higher up. This is below the water. If I go up there, y'all gonna see the same water that y'all seen in the original video. We are below sea level.
That is crazy how that whole city's like under the water.
All right, I'm gonna make the definitive video about this building. Because there's a lot of lies and a lot of secrets. And just, you got the logo, and then you have the real thing. Guys, turns out it's the tallest dome in North America. Did some research. Look at it. For everyone who's saying that it's made of concrete, it is not. It has an andesite base with sandstone, exterior walls, dome, columns, and then marble on the inside. And if you guys think like, what is this weird Greco-Roman palace doing in humble Olympia, Washington? Story goes that in 1911, just put yourself here in 1911, right? That's not a 2023 Mazda. That's a 1911 car. You already had one castle, and you decided that from scratch, from nothing, you were going to build this. It's almost 300 feet, guys, from the bottom to the top, right? That means you're 200 feet in the air when you're carving that. It's like this is a brand new building they spent 20 million on, and look at this, they made a little step, and this is 2 little pieces of sandstone with some wood on top. Not only did they make this building, they also say they made this building for insurance, and they made this one. Like, again, all the same logic applies. That's solid sandstone with an andesite base.
I wonder what it used to look like years ago, right? Before they tore everything else down around it, before they built around it, before it probably was flooded out and has like dirt underneath it. I wonder if it could be excavated. What's underneath it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the real purpose of the buildings? Because these are some giant, magnificent buildings, and they're all over the world. And we don't know what the purpose for any of them was, like the actual purpose.
Public lands and Social Security. Guys, Social Security is almost insolvent. I think the building's older than Social Security. They just carved it on there. I think they might have had a bell all the way up in there, which would make a lot of sense. Look at that crow going nuts up there. Guys, this is andesite. It's as hard as granite. Think of a granite countertop. Look how fucking heavy this thing must be. And look, that is but one for this little overpass, and it runs the entire building, millions of square feet. Is just solid andesite. That's so excessive. Let's just talk about the grandeur for a legislative building. Absolute insanity of a narrative. Right? Like, who has ever stood there? It's a balcony. I don't think anyone's allowed because you can't go into that little room because that's for state senators only. What are we talking about? Solid marble. Beautiful chandeliers. And yeah, it's a bit excessive for a state legislative building. It's the size of a VW Bug right there. Mesmerizing. All these people down here are getting history lessons about the building. About how all the granite and marble was shipped in from Germany and France. Like that even makes any fucking sense.
None at all.
Here we go. Some beautiful Roman eagles. American eagles, I forget. Guys, like this is in the Senate chamber. Does that match that? You know, like hear ye with a quill. What does the time say? That's so intricate. This is so ornate for horse and buggy-esque people. People, like the fountain pen wasn't invented, or the ballpoint pen. This went up before sliced bread. They did this before they made bread. And here come the kids to get the real history story. Crazy. But like, who is that? Who is that? What are we doing here, man? You got your little Phoenician boat behind you. Your big old brazier. I know you love braziers. The star point on it. It's a bit much for a state legend. Like, could you imagine if this was a mosque or like a temple? You'd be like, wow, they love their God. But like, no, this is for democracy. Just in the bathroom. Like, guys, check it out. That's some serious marble. Like, that's not a veneer. That's a solid chunk of marble with something in the back. I think a radiator might have been hooked up to here. But you got drop ceilings with stucco. which is always great. You're not dealing with a cover-up with stucco ever. And just like check out the window, and they're like, hey, you can't do that. Don't open the window, it's not for you. This is a government building. Like everywhere modern people touch, it looks like shit. How everything left alone looks absolutely magnificent.
Facts.
So again, I think they founded this building. I think they founded it just the way it was. And we've been squatting in it with a silly story about 1911 since 1911. If you think that's too crazy, like it's just, we indoctrinate children all the time and make them take tests on fake history. I mean, like North Koreans do that shit and we don't think that's weird. The underneath of this building is so insane too. For the horse and buggies to the Batmobile. This is my favorite. How did they do it? Well, guys, they did it with that truck and that truck and that. It's very straightforward. We have a whited out background and you have these pickup sticks lying in a stack that are gonna go up. We made a train system to get the heavy Lincoln logs up top. Check this guy out. He's still wearing his bowler hat. Well, what's he doing there? This little guy's tuckered out. He's taking a break. He's been working his buns off. So is this guy. What are you doing right now? What is that shack up top? Why'd you put a shack on top? I got a lot of questions about this photo specifically. Here it is. It's almost done. Good job. Again, why are you stacking that 3 high? Those things weigh more than most houses. And here we are. Very straightforward. We got our Lego pile down here, and it's just a matter of stacking the Lego blocks. Nothing complicated about this.
They must have just took the pictures when no one was at work. They must have took them on Sundays or something. Everybody was at home watching the Gladiator Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Because there's never any people in these pictures. So it makes it seem like it's fabricated in some way. And we know Photoshop was real back in the day. They did it to all types of photos. So why not believe that they could do it to these photos? I mean, for a people who's going to come in and find a bunch of stuff and say that it's theirs and lie about this whole history, they're going to go to some crazy lengths to protect that history, to make up that history, to tell you that it is what it is. It takes a serious person to actually look at it and say, nah, this just doesn't make sense, you know? Because most people are just gonna be like, oh, that's how they did it. Oh.
In 1924. And most interesting, they're demolishing something. They're demolishing this old brick something. There seems to be a tunnel that goes underneath here. They're demolishing it in order to build it better. So there was already brick infrastructure that needed to be torn down by this. Look at that tin roof. In order to build this, and here we go. There's our car driving away. You did a good job. You deserve that car. What are we talking about? They're still teaching it like it's true. We really, really, really love democracy here. We love democracy so fucking much. We love democracy. This guy's grilling them on history lessons. They're getting wrong answers, which is so funny.
Oh my gosh, a lot. It's crazy, man. These old world buildings are everywhere.
They're looking at him, they know something. And it's weird because Carl doesn't even look at him, not once.
Taught us what comedy was, because I mean, at first I couldn't get arrested getting a sitcom or anything, and he really taught us to be free. We were free on that set to just play.
Now, I couldn't find the clip, but do y'all remember years back where he was going crazy, running the streets, saying that somebody was trying to unalive him? So I don't know what they did with the real Martin, but this ain't him. I just want somebody to explain to me how Martin went from this to this to this and then this and now this, which reminds me of Jamie Foxx, because like Jamie Foxx, he doesn't really have that same sense of humor, doesn't look the same, doesn't act the same. A lot of people are gonna say health issues, But just look at these clips.
Well, Tisha and I used to beg Martin. We was like, we want to do more scenes together. So Martin came up with, because what I love about Martin, he allowed us to sing as well. And Tisha and I were going to sing. So I love the fact that he was able to incorporate that into it.
It was very strange. No one wanted to look at him. Like,
You know why they keep you at the Galapagos? Why, if you go, you're monitored 24/7. Why 98% of the islands are off limits to the public? It's because of places like San Cristobal Island. You know, the one named after that dog-headed Christ bearer, St. Christopher. And St. Christopher Island, one of the lesser known islands, restricted for environmental preservation. Bullshit. Now pay attention. There are ruins there that defy everything we're told about history. Not Polynesians, not South Americans, but something older. Locals told stories of giant dog-headed beings that once lived there, only to be driven underground after some kind of catastrophe. Oh, and the stone on that island? It has the same interlocking design as places like Machu Picchu, Sacsayhuaman, and Pumapunku. We're talking laser precision cuts that modern tech still struggles to replicate. And yet, the mainstream wants us to believe some primitive culture with no written language did this with copper chisels? Bitch, please! This video is for entertainment and, what's that thing people say? Oh, right, and satire purpose only.
He ain't lying, yo. Anybody ever been to the Galapagos? Man, I kind of forget about the Galapagos. I never hear anybody talk about the Galapagos Islands. But now, I'm about to do a deep dive into what's really there.
Do you have a Mandela effect that you believe, or you think like 100% is
Yes.
true? Which one?
E.T.
So, you've seen E.T., right?
I mean, like when I was a kid.
He says,
But what hold on.
What does he say?
What does E.T. say?
Don't do this to me.
when he wants to leave, what does he say?
Yeah. His famous phrase, like the one thing everyone knows he says.
No, I watched it when I was like 5. Is it
E.T.
phone home?
Okay, wait. Does he say this? I'm going to give you two options.
I said
Does he say E.T. or does he say E.T. phone home?
Yeah, phone home is what I said.
No, he doesn't.
Well, no, he doesn't.
Apparently he doesn't.
Yeah.
I could swear that he does, though.
What?
Actually,
Like that was like, probably not you. You're too young. But that was a big thing. Like when we were kids, like people, like,
Ages.
Yeah.
kids would like reenact that.
yeah, E.T. phone home.
Yeah.
Like he wants to go home.
I feel like that's a very popular phrase, too. Like,
Yes, so I'm going to try and look it up.
Wasn't there other? Well, the one like Star Wars thing. Like he never said like Luke, I'm your father. That's
yeah.
one of
That's
them.
another one.
I could have swore he said that, too.
He definitely did.
I'm trying to think if there's any Mandela effects like I like am a diehard believer of.
My main one is the E.T. one.
See, I never watched that enough to like be like certain on my thoughts, but I thought it was phone home, but
Yeah.
I think it's because I saw like kids like doing that all the time,
Yeah.
like when we were kids.
I'm looking it up. Hold on.
Us millennials will speak to that one.
I just heard noises and it freaked me out.
Are you watching the scene?
I am.
He said phone home.
He said it.
I don't know what I'm talking
But
about.
is that when he did the finger thing?
No.
So maybe they're confusing it.
So
Does he say it multiple times and people are just getting...
Right. So that wasn't when he did the finger thing.
no.
So maybe when he does a finger thing, he doesn't say it.
What do you guys think? Did E.T. say E.T. phone home? Or did he just say E.T.? That's a very questionable one.
Oh man, I'm scared.
It's okay.
Oh wow! Like it was... Oh whoa! Oh my god.
So here's the thing. There's 3 levels. The first is physical, like you hold your hand up, you can read the writing on your shirt.
Oh wow.
But the second level is if you look in your eyes, they work properly this way. They communicate.
Oh whoa. Whoa. Wait, what is it? That's crazy. Wait, what are you doing? I don't want to hug it.
It doesn't go away.
No, that's incredible. It's like I'm like talking to myself. Like,
And of course, come over here to the side. That's what you normally say.
Whoa.
But stay in the sidewalk. And when you make eye contact this way, notice how in about 5 seconds or so, like nothing in your eyes
Is this
anymore.
just here, or did someone put?
This is just basically how you've always seen yourself, and your expressions kind of are fleeting, and then you're left with just more of a mask. This is going on for everyone. It's weird. And the key expression that doesn't work backwards is your smile. Do you see how if your eyes are not carrying it?
Yeah.
Whereas here,
Wow.
our expressions are so much richer.
Wow.
And that light is the light you're actually communicating with.
That is so cool.
And this is the person
Wow.
that people see. This
Wow.
is how
I love that. Thank you so much.
We need to get one of those mirrors, y'all. I need to figure out how those are made. We need to make one and have it in our bathroom so every day we can wake up to the real us. You know, because if we're looking at some false version of ourselves and it's making us depleted and feel like we have this mask on, then why are we doing it? We got to get the real mirror.
Told y'all got a better chance of Jesus coming back before they release Grand Theft Auto 6. So what Rockstar do? Bust everybody bubble again. And no, I'm not a gamer. I don't even play games, but I seen it. And I know y'all mad. Matter of fact, look at this. So as you see, Rockstar dropped the ball again. They were supposed to release Grand Theft Auto 6 time at the time. They're supposed to release it this year. They said they had it ready last year. And now, Rockstar got gamers pissed all over because they're releasing Grand Theft Auto 6 May 26, 2026. And people are literally making bets. When I say making bets that certain things will happen before they release this game. And Jesus coming back is one of them. I'm trying to figure out what's so special. What are you guys waiting for y'all to drop this game? You waiting for a crisis to happen? For a piece of the map to blow off so you can have that on a game? You could do that when the game come out. But if you remember when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, they had delays too. They had people waiting too. This time people are pissed. Stick to your word and drop the game. Yo, jump in these comments and let me know when y'all think they're gonna drop this game. Do you think it's dropping next year? Or do you think they're gonna delay that? Push that back. 2028, Grand Theft Auto 6.
Grand Theft Auto is such like a big game. Like it's such an immersive game and it's just gotten even bigger. You got online stuff now and all these crazy different missions, and I can just imagine the time and effort it's taken to get that game together. And then with all the new technology that keeps coming out, they're probably just like doing new things to it. They're like, oh, no, let's not release it now. We got this new technology. Let's make it a little better. Let's just keep making it better and better and better. They're probably trying to catch up with AI and all of that. I don't know, man. These games are wild. It's kind of like that Spider-Man movie, you know, the Miles Morales one. They're supposed to be putting out the third one, but it's like taking forever for them to put that movie out. I think it's just because of like what it takes to create the actual movie.
Talk about reptilians a lot on my channel, but God forbid you ever mention this celebrity's name when you're talking about reptilians because your video will be banned.
Yo, sorry. I actually got this other thought too. Like, anybody seen Black Mirror? Yo, USS Callister. That's all I'm gonna say. Look up that episode. You put the thing on. You go into the game. What if that's what they're gonna do with Grand Theft Auto?
The other day, I posted a video about a dream I had for entertainment purposes only about a group of celebrities who came to me in my dream and were trying to convince me that they're not reptilian. I have noticed that anytime you mention this specific celebrity and you say anything bad about her, even if you're not outwardly saying like, oh my God, she came to me in a dream and she's trying to convince me that she's not reptilian, because obviously I know that word can be flagged, but even if you say something like, oh, I don't like her hair color, your video will probably get taken down. And there's a reason they don't want people talking bad about this celebrity. And now I want you to try to guess which celebrity I am talking about. So I'm going to give you a set of clues. She's got a child, maybe actually 3, and that's been part of her destiny. One of her children is named
Beyonce. Is Beyonce. 100%. You gotta be careful what you say about Beyonce.
Named after a plant. She won some country music award, I think, recently, and if you saw that video, then you could see how fucking planned that was. If you call her a princess, she will correct you because she's actually a queen. I'm not talking Queen Elizabeth. That's a whole other video. Do you get where I'm going with this? Do you know which celebrity I'm talking about? I challenge you to say one bad thing about this celebrity on any social media platform and your video will most likely get taken down. I don't know, it kind of makes me think more that she's a reptile. On the topic of reptilians, I do have a reptilian course coming out soon, so you can sign up in my Penn State link in bio to be on the wait list, and you'll be one of the first to know when it launches. For more stories about reptilians.
Okay, guys, I have no idea how to go about dealing with what I found out here. I'm personally pretty sure that they're just very old batteries, but I'm getting so many mixed reviews here on TikTok, on Reddit, even on Facebook and Instagram, that I actually called my police station and to have someone come out and look at it. You guys, when this is all said and done, you can think I'm stupid, you can think I'm dramatic. That's totally fine. I didn't call 911 because I didn't want to be like super crazy. I just called the police station, talked to an officer, explained to him, and he was super nice. He was like, oh yeah, I bet you find some crazy shit, you know, out in your yard. So they're sending someone out right now just to come take a look at it, and we will go from there. I do feel a little dramatic, but I came back out here again a little bit ago, took some more pictures on Google Image, and Google is just scaring the fuck out of me. Honestly, Google's like, don't touch it, could be this, could be I can never say this word, artillery shells, non-explosive devices, blah blah blah. Even my cousin texted me, shout out to you, Jess. My cousin texted me a little bit ago with a screenshot of what Google was saying. She's like, yeah, not to like freak you out, but it's definitely saying like explosive devices. So I'm just going to be safe, and I'm waiting for an officer to get here, so stay tuned.
And black. Yo, imagine if they were explosive devices. You're just like, oh, what's this? Boom.
People are rarely black. I see mostly various shades of brown and tan, and in fact, some light-skinned black people are lighter than the darkest white people. Look how dark the people in India are. They're dark brown, but they're considered white. May I see the color chart, please? People of color is an awkward phrase that obscures meaning rather than enhancing it. What should we call fat people? People of size? I also don't say African Americans. I find it cumbersome and confusing. Which part of Africa are we talking about? Egypt? Egypt is in Africa, but Egyptians aren't black. They're like the people in India. They're dark brown white people, but they're Africans. So why wouldn't an Egyptian citizen who becomes an Egyptian who becomes a U.S. citizen be called an African American? The same would apply to South Africa. Suppose a white racist from South Africa becomes an American citizen. Couldn't he call himself an African American? If for no other reason than just to bother black people.
Yeah, this is causing so many problems for us. I'm so glad you guys are getting rid of it. You know, I appreciate you guys. You guys are really doing a good job. You know, we're just trying to get affordable vegetables and fruit. This sucks. I mean, good thing. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, really good job. This is what you fucking took the badge for, right? Yeah, don't look at me or anything either. You know they'll just be back here, right? You guys do this like twice a year? Yeah. Yeah, they'll be back. You guys are wasting your fucking time.
That's crazy, man. They won't let you sell food on the streets. You know, imagine you just growing some food somewhere. Like, what am I going to do with all this food? Let me give it back to the community. I'm going to sell them for $1, you know, make a living. And I go out here with all this fruit onto the streets. Like, hey, people, look at what I just grew. Some beautiful fruit. And they're like, oh, cool. And they start buying it for $1. But yet the man comes in and says, oh, I'm not making any money off of this, so you can't do this. That's basically what it is. When they're not making any money off of something, that's when it becomes illegal.
Helping feed the neighborhood an affordable rate, you fucking pieces of shit.
POSs. That's what they are.
Hey, we're camping in this beautiful state park in Texas, and it's been raining, and the water that's coming out of the sky is blue. And it's not this tarp, because it's happening on this tarp too.
It's happening
Look at
everywhere. That. This is weird.
This is crazy. Are they chemtrailing us in Texas?
Of course. All over the world. That's a crazy question to ask. It's all over.
I 100% believe at this point
that this woman is a deep state plant or is a long-term plant for the liberals that was supposed to get us to follow her, get us to like her, and then she was supposed to flip and bring us with her. I 100% believe that at this point. I cannot believe Candace Owens is doing what she's doing. I can't believe it.
There's a famous painting by Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
And it's a painting depicting Jesus.
Okay.
And he's holding like a glass ball, right? Now, usually every single painting, including the Mona Lisa, bro, there's never any mistake to shading or reflection. That's one thing they studied about Leonardo da Vinci. He doesn't mess up.
Okay.
But there was a mistake in the Jesus one.
No.
Where he's holding a glass. Because the light is supposed to be depicted from somewhere else the way it's hitting his face.
Yeah.
But the light, before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys. Their phones were being spied on. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately. Was hitting the glass ball as if it was coming off of him.
No.
So that way, he was depicting that the sun is Jesus.
Oh, that's fire. But that's
Yeah.
that's not a mistake then.
It's not a mistake, but they thought it was.
My goodness, that's hard.
You was cooking, bro.
Leo was cooking, bro. Yo, what? Oh, no. Why is it turning green? Anybody know? Target people. This is Bali, huh? Complete power outage across the island due to major electricity issue. Why is this happening all over? Everyone's dealing with these power outages. I just keep feeling like everything's just gonna go black here in my office too sometimes. I'm just like, man, it's happening all over the place. Like it's just going boom. And I'm like, oh no, here we go. Probably breathing them in. Nah. You never know. They've been watching us. Yo. The power of sound, y'all. To be honest, I think sound and frequency have a lot to do with a lot of our history. It's probably like ancient music out here, and there's probably ancient notes and stuff that we just don't know about. And they've probably changed the music over the years because there's so much you can do with frequencies and sounds. It's just crazy to think about. Like, imagine if a lot of these things were built with a song, you know? And maybe that's why a lot of the old world buildings look alike, because there was a certain sound or a certain song you had to sing to build a certain type of structure. I don't know. I could be reaching right now with this one, but it is what it is. You guys let me know. But yeah, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on. And until next time, YouTube, peace.